Hey everyone, welcome back. Again, we're working on our Zentangle landscape. I'm showing you a variety of lines throughout these videos. We finished up this fill pattern, and now we're going to work on a different one. The one I'm going to show you is not on this example. This is the one we did in the last video, and then the next page I'm going to show you a new one. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is start off with our square. This is your sheet of paper, by the way. You wouldn't draw a square on your final one. We're going to draw a hill or your mountain. Okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to create smaller shapes inside of this. It's going to be pretty easy, this one. And what you need to think about is having a loose hand for this. Okay. So we're creating these small bumps, these kind of smaller mountains almost when you think about it. And they're just going to fill up this space. You want them random, and they're going to kind of overlap and go behind one another, just like this. Okay. And again, I don't want you to put too much thought into this. As in the last video, I told you this is supposed to be kind of spontaneous and random. Okay. We're going to fill up the space here. You want them kind of jaggedy. Okay. And when you get to the top of your hill here, you're going to kind of just go and make it a little bit jaggedy. And you're just following along that line here. Okay. I'm going to put a couple more in here. I'm going to be able to fill one in here. And again, here I'm just going to make it kind of jaggedy. Okay. So that has filled up the space. The next part we're going to do is start filling these in. And I'm just going to follow the line above it. Okay. I'm going to kind of follow the same bumps here. I'm going to fill up the space. This is a great contrast against the last fill pattern that I showed you, because that had straight lines. This one has a lot of curvy lines. Okay? It's going to help you show contrast in your artwork, even though you are still using the same element that is line. Okay? I'm going to fill up this one. And hopefully your lines, even though they're all curved, are still going to be going in different directions. Okay, you can see this one, the hills go kind of diagonal, and then these other two kind of go horizontally. Okay. And if you want it to be more wavy in your fill pattern, simply just create more waves as you're drawing them down. If you don't feel comfortable using a pen, you can use a pencil and go right over it with pen when you're done. Okay. You could even do these in color if you wanted to, if you had some fine tip markers. If you want some of these to be closer to get like darker, you're simply going to draw the lines closer together. I can show you that in the next space that I'm going to do. To create value in your artwork using only a pen, you will simply put the designs closer together. And it's okay if they overlap a little bit. You don't want them to be absolutely perfect looking, because this is a landscape, so it's supposed to be organic. So it wouldn't make sense if every single line was perfect looking. Keep putting a couple more in here. You can see this one is a little bit darker because I've put the lines closer together. If you want it to be even darker, you would just simply go back and put more lines in here. Okay, and you can kind of see it's starting to become darker. The value is changing. Okay, and you just go through the rest of your fill pattern here, doing the same thing. This is a little bit easier than the last one. So you might want to start off with this fill pattern first if it makes you comfortable. If you want to challenge yourself, that's going to be in the next couple videos. I'm going to do a couple more challenging ones for you. Okay? And I challenge you to come up with your own fill patterns. You don't have to follow the ones that I'm doing on the video. I encourage you to come up with your own kind of design. But is it okay to follow along with me and do the one that I've done? Yes, of course. This is new, and I want you to feel comfortable with this project. I'm going to do my last one here. Putting in some lines. And the way that the lines go are in a different direction, so that'll hopefully be able to tell the difference between the hills within the hill. And again, if you want them to stand out even more, add more in there so it looks like it has value. So some of these are going to appear darker than others. And again, that's simply because I'm adding more lines than the other ones. So it's going to help it create value. Okay. So that's the second fill pattern. If you have any questions, rewatch the video. Okay. Or feel free to email me or message me on Google Classroom.